good as it's gonna be. Hello.
Hi. Is it going?
It's gonna go here in now. Ish. Here we go. Mute. Awesome. So we're live. We're just waiting on our stream to catch up with its own life right now.
What's up?
Hi, it's day 2.
Welcome to day 2 of the 5 days to launch challenge.
Holy moly.
Day 1 was crazy.
Day 1 was awesome. Yes, there was so much going on. You guys have such great questions, comments, brainstorming, dreams, hopes, thoughts.
Exactly.
Passions, all the things. But today we are clarifying all of that.
Yes.
So first, we're going to make sure that you guys are here.
And you can see us.
And you can see and hear us. If you can you give us your most favorite emoji in the comments?
Yeah.
Can you just be like coffee, cactus, pig, doesn't matter. Pick your favorite emoji, share it in the comments as soon as you can see and hear us so we know that we're good. Awesome. Molly, Nikki are here. Fantastic. We're going to wait for a couple more people to give us some emojis.
Awesome.
So we can make sure. Yay, Molly gave us 3 emojis. Hello, Sarah.
I think it's hilarious that Molly think my hair looks good because this is called day 2 hair. It's dry shampoo and sweeping it back.
Mm-hmm. I swept my bangs back too because I am also on day, let's call it day 2. It's not. Awesome. We got dancing girl emoji. Salsa girl. I love it, Angela. Okay. Hey, Megan. Hey, Haley. Awesome.
Who's ready?
Who's ready to party? Who's ready to package up what you want to sell into a product and pick a price? Because we're doing all that today. It's happening.
I know, y'all think this is going to be some giant crazy thing that's not possible, or it's going to take too long, or there's no way I can do this in 5 days. I've seen a couple of emails where you're like, I was so in yesterday, but now I'm overwhelmed and freaking out, but it's going to be okay.
Tuning in from the pool, Kari, I am so jealous. Hey girl, hey Katie, hey Bailey.
I want a pool.
I just love how honest you are about the struggles of showering.
Well,
girl, I'm not a fan of bathing. It just takes a lot of my time, and I'm better at other things than bathing. It's fine. Okay, but if you're new here, if this is your first day catching up and you feel behind and you're having serious FOMO, let me direct you on where to go.
Yes.
We are having a free 5 days to launch challenge. We are on day 2 right now, but if you enroll at 5daystoLaunchChallenge.com, the link is inside the video, and Nikki will post it up in the comments for you. You are going to get a link to the library where you can read yesterday's email, this morning's email, and you're going to be able to rewatch yesterday's coaching live and then today's later on today. They're going to live there until Monday, so you have access to them for even a couple more days after the launch ends on Friday. So go do that if you aren't enrolled yet. But for those of you who are still with us, who you're okay.
Should we tell them who we are?
Oh, well, it's on there on the screen.
Well, no. I mean, who Think Creative Collective is.
It is the best place on the internet, and you need to be nowhere else other than where you are right now, ever.
We help creative entrepreneurs grow a profitable and sustainable business, which is probably why you're tuning into this live, because we're going to help you launch your product in 5 days.
Who dis?
I'm Abigail. This is Emily, and we are the co-founders of Think Creative Collective. If you haven't met us yet, we're a little bit crazy.
We don't have a baby with us today.
No babies.
So you're getting our full attention.
No, nothing.
No, nothing. Okay. So yesterday we discovered what your MVP is.
Yes.
You validated your offer. You polled the audience Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. And you got some words back from your friends and family about things that you're really good at. And you were able to take those things and say, okay, based off that, and based off what I actually like doing and what I want my business to be, here are a couple of products that I think might make sense and that might relate and that I might be able to create. So today we asked you to share what could those products be right? And what are some complementary products? And you might be all like, okay, but I'm just launching one thing. Why do I need to tell you like what complementary products go with it? Well, it leads right into the second P of today, which is package. So here's my huge disclaimer for package before we get into like kind of diving into that strategy a little bit further. You absolutely do not have to package up your stuff. If you only have one idea for one thing right now,
totally cool.
That's all you need to succeed. You are winning in life. So don't even stress about it.
This is like advanced 2.0.
Exactly. If you cannot think of add-on items, if you cannot think of freebies, if you cannot think of big ticket items, it doesn't matter. Just focus on the one and don't stress about anything else, okay? However, if you maybe already have some products out there and you're wanting to up-level those products, or maybe you're like, okay, but I want to offer like this ebook and the coaching and like an in-person version, and I know I can do all that right now, then I would love for you to consider packaging those things up. And you're going to find more info in your email. So if you haven't opened that yet, I highly, highly encourage you to do that.
So much good info.
So much good info because it really breaks down like literally how to structure your packages in a small tier, medium tier, and high tier to showcase the value of what you offer and what you're selling. There's a lot of psychology tidbits in there and like literally what you should name them and what should be included in them. So if you have specific questions about packaging up your products, ask them in the comments right now and we'll give you some clarity. I don't want to linger too much on that section right now because packaging isn't necessarily for all of you. And before we get into price, I think we should touch on some of the like pushbacks that we see and the struggles that people are talking about inside the group that we chatted about earlier.
Sure. Do you want to go to, no, I'm
Go to what? Go to this. Yes, I do.
To the flippy doodad?
The flippy doodad. So, product, package, and price are the things that we're actually addressing today. It's our 3 Ps. So literally, when Abby says, like, some of you are like, but I don't have time to get something up. Good is good enough.
Yes.
If you have an idea, if you can package it, great. Slap a price on it. We want you to sell something this week. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 100% refined. I just want you to get it out there.
Yeah, I think so many of you are holding on to this like bigger, dreamy, big, giant thing. And I don't want you to lose sight of those things. They're awesome ideas. Like, keep them.
Yes.
But this is the building block. This is the thing that's going to help you build the bigger thing later. And we want you to get something out there.
Yes.
So like we talked about, take your talents and really focus on what is the thing that you can pull out. Yesterday, we really discovered what are your skill sets? What are other people saying you're good at? And now you can say, okay, based on those things, this is the product I want to go to market with.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be anything. It can be a service. It can be digital. It can be a physical product. It can be pretty much anything.
Yeah, June is saying, I don't even have a website yet. How can I launch something? So we're going to go over that tomorrow. Like literally how you can put your thing somewhere where people to buy it. But I do not want you to get ahead of the game yet. I want you focused in right now.
This is actually creating the product itself.
Yes. What are you offering? What do you need to do today to make it done enough so you can sell it by the end of this week? That's all I want you focused on today. Don't think about anything down the line. We're going to get there, but stay with me today, okay? So we talked about the packages, right? If you have products that you already have and you can pull out some complementary items, you can add on some bigger picture items, those then literally become your packages. Your high-end package, your medium tier, and your low tier, okay? It's literally just items that you think, if I offered this and if I sold this, what else would complete this experience for my client or customer? Let me create that and add it on. Because at the end of the day, we want you to be showcasing the value, adding tremendous value to your clients and customers, really creating this like all-encompassing experience for them. But don't stress if you don't know what those pieces are yet. I still want you to just focus on the one thing, okay? So the big piece, and this is when it comes to pricing. So before we get to pricing, let's kind of address some of the things that you guys are saying on the thread today. So a lot of you are saying, okay, I have these ideas. and I want to run with this thing. So you're giving me your feedback, right? Okay, my product could be this, or this. It doesn't matter what it is. And I'm giving suggestions on what I think that you could run with this week. Because remember, we want you to sell something this week.
I know, crazy, right?
Crazy. Well, like if you just had 4 days to do it, like what would you just have to scramble to make it happen, right? That's what we want you to be in. And so some of you are like, I didn't think this was like big enough to launch or good enough to launch. So I really want to take a step back for a second. It doesn't matter if you're offering a 99-cent digital download or a $999 mastermind. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you're selling this week. I just want you to pick something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
It could be something you already done. Like
yes.
It could be something you already have in your shop that you've already sold previously, and you just want to focus on remarketing it. And you're trying to really hone in on a marketing strategy to get it back out into the world. We're not saying you have to reinvent the wheel here. We want you to focus on things you're already naturally good at. And heck, if you already have it built and you already have it in your shop, that's awesome.
Right. So a lot of you are also wanting to possibly transition into the role of selling courses, right? Which we love. That's our jam. It's not for everyone, but there are a good chunk of you who you want that as part of your business. So you're telling us, okay, I could offer one-on-one strategy. I could offer an ebook. I could offer this course. I could offer a mastermind. And I've copied and pasted the same response for every single one of you who want to do this. What we encourage you to focus on this week is creating that one-on-one strategy, consulting, critique, whatever you want to call it, offer, whether it's a package or not, if it's just one standalone thing. That's what I want you to focus on this week. I want you to get that listed on your site, and I want you to start getting it in front of people's faces. We'll cover that on day 4 on how to do that, and start getting people in as one-on-one clients. At the same time, be at least thinking about structuring in your head, brainstorming what that course could be. The amount of feedback that you're going to get from your one-on-one clients that's going to help you shape your program is phenomenal and irreplaceable. Like the amount of ways that our programs have shifted just based off the responses of the people who first went through those things, like really set the tone for what those programs look like today, like 2 years ago, what they were going through. So I think that initially a lot of us are like, let me just make a course as my first thing. And while we love courses and they're awesome for your business, we want you to sell something this week. And typically you can't create a course in a week. Now you could pre-sell, which we're going to go over some of those tactics in a couple days, I think Thursday, day 4. But I really, really, really want you to just get something listed, and that's typically the easiest thing that you have in your docket, which is usually the one-on-one strategy if that's like the route that you're wanting to go. Okay, so for everyone thinking about courses and who've also thrown around one-on-one strategy, I want you to create a one-on-one strategy listing this week for sale.
And the reason why that's so beneficial is it really gives you the opportunity to really hone in on your value, what you bring to the table, what your knowledge is, and the words they say, the things they talk about, the struggles they have. Those are things that you can't just pop out of your head. Like they give you so much amazing feedback that allows you to shape your product later. That's just, it's amazing and irreplaceable. So I know June mentioned that pre-sale is like a scary thought, but hell, it is awesome. Like,
yes,
it is amazing. And so if some of you are like, I have this idea and I know I can do it, but physically it's impossible to make the thing in the next, 2 or 3 days. But I know I can start selling it in the next 2 or 3 days because I have the idea really honed in.
Yep.
Girl, get it to market anyway.
Absolutely.
You can sell it, and then that's going to fuel you forward to really start creating the thing, whatever it is. If it's, sometimes physical products, you don't necessarily have the funds to go invest in the actual making of the thing, and you need the money first. So maybe you make a mock-up of what the final product's going to look like, and you pre-sell it, and you get enough orders, and you're able to go purchase 50 or 100. And then that just fuels the fire and you're able to keep moving that forward.
Yeah, Jasmine, I think she just answered your question. I know there's a delay on here, so I'm sorry. It seems like we're like not catching up with the questions. So what could I do if I want to start my design line? Could I pre-sell instead of having the actual product? Yes. So this is a lot of stuff that we've suggested for people who are emailing us. There are a lot of people who want to sell like custom designed t-shirts or tote bags. And part of validating that idea is pre-selling, right? That's like validating your idea to its very core. So you explain what it is. You say why it's awesome. You target the right people. You use messaging for the ideal dreamy people that you want to come in buying your thing. And then you say, awesome, sounds good. You can pre-order yours here. And the only, like, there's a couple of suggestions we have of like how to make that process better. And we'll definitely talk about that more on day 4, but it's a tactic that lets you say, okay, no one bought, like no one took this offer. Is my messaging off? So you could tweak that and that only costs you your time. Or is like the actual offer off? So maybe let's change what the offer is and you literally just didn't waste any money.
Well, and the nice thing is because you're launching in 5 days, you're not losing massive amounts of time. I think a lot of you are like stringing these things along over 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then you sell and you don't, like, it kind of flops or it doesn't perform the way you were hoping it would, and you get frustrated. And so if you can really get over that hump earlier, then think about the things that could happen inside of your business.
Yeah, so June is saying then when you sell out of pre-orders, everyone thinks you're amazing. Yes. So then you can do a print-on-demand service for shirts if people order. Yes. Pre-order, I love that. I was having a brain block with delivery date. So what I would suggest is say pre-orders, pre-order yours until this date. Like have a cutoff date. So then your people can expect, okay, I know she's going to be ordering this stuff like August 1st or whatever. So it's not like, okay, I'm going to pre-order, but when am I actually going to expect to get my thing? So communicate with dates.
Probably not August 1st. People don't want to wait.
No, I literally forgot what month we were in for a second, so I just picked one. Okay. Talina, hold your marketing questions for day 4. We're going that then. I want you guys really, really focus on what the French toast are you selling. Is it packaged?
Creating it,
and pricing it.
Yes.
Don't focus on anything else right now. Okay, money first. Okay, there was a question. I have the same problem as Tara. How do you set yourself apart from someone going somewhere else to buy that product? We're going to cover that in marketing, okay? Referring to your worksheet, I'm not sure what that question is. I'm an illustrator and photographer. Is it better to launch a collection or one finished artwork? Try both. Pick one this week to try. Do you just have one done? Launch one. Do you have more than one done that makes sense that they could tell a story together? Launch a collection. For all of you, not just for Sarah, do not let anyone tell you this, convince you this, or make you believe this. There is no exact recipe or formula or magic pill that's going to be perfect for every business. There just isn't. Audiences are different. Buying patterns are different. Markets are different. I want you to do what is in your capabilities right now this week to get something out by Friday, whatever that means to you. And then I want you to push it and I want you to focus and do the work on that thing so it truly got the time it deserved to either be great or let you learn from your mistakes, right? And then tweak and repeat. And we'll go over that on Friday of what that actually means.
So Hannah's asking about the worksheet and she's wondering, like, when you're looking at complementary products or complementary items, are they necessarily products or are they other things? And it depends, because you could use the complementary items as marketing materials, or you could use them as things to add to your package to up the value. There's lots of different options. So I want you to think about both. So there's no real wrong answer for your worksheet. Like, if the fact that you're thinking about it is awesome. So if you want to think about a blog series or worksheets or something along, you talked about an email crash course, those are awesome marketing materials that complement your product. But also think about things that you could package up with your product. So what are things you could add to the product itself to add to the value of the product? And think about what's in the package. Like, are you adding, like, having a digital item and then adding one-on-one time, and that ups the value because you get, like, a free call with you, and you're saying free, but you're including it in the price. So we need to talk, I think we need to talk about price.
Yeah, Jacqueline just had a unicorn brain fart. Okay, so price goes along with packages because, like Abigail was saying, you're thinking of those complementary items to bundle together with what you want to offer. And when she's saying you say it's free, but you include it in the price, what we mean by that is we want you to focus on providing an experience for your client or customer. What's going to help them get the most out of what you offer and keep them coming back for more, right? Usually your time, especially for service-based industries, is going to be your biggest value add that you can add to anything ever, right? But I do not want you to ignore that your time costs money. So when we look at our packages and we look at adding value and making things higher and then your lower tier or whatever, time is usually the thing that you can add and sprinkle into the packages. Maybe every package gets a little bit of your time and you get more time as you scale up in packages. Maybe your lowest package doesn't include any one-on-one time, but your middle package does. So I want you to ask yourself, what is someone getting out of time with you? What are they able to change in their business, in their lives, in their health, in their finances? A lot of you are wanting to offer one-on-one. What is the end result that you're giving that person, and what is the monetary value of that? I do not want you to ask yourself, what's your hourly rate?
No.
I do not want you to ask yourself that.
I think a lot of people think they have to start there. They're like, okay, so if I create this one thing that's going to be a part of this package, I'm pretty sure it's going to take me 5 hours, and then this is going to take a couple hours here, and then you start to add it up, and you're like, okay, in general, I charge $25 per hour, and then you multiply it out, and you're like, okay, so my price should be X. But what you instead need to be thinking about is what is the potential value to your customer?
Yep.
So if you're looking at, like, say, website design, and you're looking at potential value to your customer, the difference of them having zero website versus having a website is the difference of them being in business or not.
Yeah.
Like, they could literally open their doors and be open for 50 years or be closed in 2 weeks because you are giving them an online presence they don't have otherwise. So that could be priceless. And so that means you have an income potential that's really astronomical. Now, the difference for products, and I definitely want to call this out, is I used to be like, up the price, up the price, up the price. But you really have to be mindful in the product side, what will the market bear?
Yes.
So
You can't necessarily make $1,000 planner.
You just can't. And so I do want you to do some research on the product side about what the competition is offering and at what price. I am not saying you need to be the cheapest. Please do not. I would much prefer you come in at a competitive rate, but also offer a premium product. So be mindful of what other people are doing, but also don't feel like you have to be the cheapest thing on the market.
Yeah. Okay. You can, but it won't sell, Jackie. Okay, so we had some great comments, and I definitely want to touch on what you guys are saying before we dig too much further. Okay, I feel like I have too many ideas that are the same theme, but not sure if they would go together. I would love for you to brainstorm those ideas on the day 2 thread, okay? Literally list out what all of those ideas are, and we can help you get some clarity. If the additional products in your package cost to produce, what is your suggestion for pricing? So mine is obituaries. Something to package with that is thank you cards or prayer cards that would cost me. So how much would I price to bundle it as a deal and still make money?
So this goes for anyone.
Yeah.
So if you're offering services or products or a combination of the two, you need to be mindful of the cost to you.
Yes.
for everything.
Yes.
So go in and say, at minimum, what is the cost to you? Do know the cost of your time. Know the cost of every material you're using. So if you're printing something, or if you have a product and you're actually like creating something, what is the materials that it takes to create that product? And then, are you shipping anything? What is the shipping cost? What is that going to take for you? And are you going to include that, or is that going to be an extra fee? Really go into knowing all of the components so that you have a clear line of, this is what it's going to cost me at a minimum. And so you have to make money, you have to charge more than, okay? So I don't want you saying, well, it only cost me $5 to print. Well, sure, it cost you $5 to print, but you shipped it 3 times because you had to ship it from here to here to here. I know some people who like ship their things like crazy because they need someone to package it over here, and then they have someone shipping it and all of that. Or maybe they're not including the stickers or the tissue paper or the bubble wrap. They're thinking about like the shipping costs, but they're forgetting like the add-ons to it. So really think about all the things that go into it, and definitely charge more for that. Now, as far as making it seem like a deal, go into knowing what those things are, and then you can kind of skew it. So you can say, okay, my obituaries in this instance are X, and my obituaries plus this are like more, but it seems like a really competitive deal, but you're actually making a higher profit on just the obituaries without the product add-on. So that may be because they're actually more popular, and so you're always going to make, say, a 50% markup. I mean, it's time, so it's hard on that, but you're always going to make a bigger premium on this particular piece, but it's going to look like a deal to the customer.
Well, and it's a deal because it's done for them.
Yes.
Like, that's the value.
Yes.
So don't be afraid. I would I don't even know what 800 bajillion times my prices. When I was a photographer, I offered prints, canvases, albums, thank you cards, like similar add-ons to what you're doing after a service. And 8x10 print cost me 8 cents, and I charged $40 for it. So there you go. Okay. When pre-selling a DIY course for getting your business finances in check, and then doing, like Abigail said, adding that calls as an added bonus, how could I pre-sell that? I've always been service-oriented in my business, so product is definitely new. You literally just say, here's what the course is, here's what it's included, go buy it now, it starts on this day. That's how you pre-sell it. We've also pre-sold at the end of a webinar. We'll go over some of these tactics, I think, on day 4. More about pre-sell then.
So really quickly, let's move on, and then we'll come back. So
financial goal is the last thing.
So we have a free masterclass coming up on June 20th at noon Central Standard Time. It is the perfect business roadmap. By signing up for this challenge, you're already automatically registered. But if you haven't signed up, or if you want to make sure you get all the notifications, make sure you sign up at bit.ly/perfect business roadmap. Now, here's why you want to be live. We are going to be giving away some crazy bonuses for the people who attend live, and we are announcing our scholarship winner. So by participating in the challenge this week, and by submitting your workbook by the end of the week, there's more details on that in your email, you could win a potential spot to our brand new program, the Strategy Academy, which opens on June the 20th. So definitely make sure you save this in your calendar, set a million reminders so you don't miss it, and join us.
Yes. So real quick, I want to touch back over the pricing point of today. So I'm going to touch on pricing for a little bit, and you guys are asking such great questions. We'll stay a little bit longer and answer them. But if you have to cut off here at 12:30, the replay will be up here in a little bit. So what do you actually want to make? What do you need to make? If this is your only product, what do you need to make in order to quit your full-time job, have money for groceries, pay your mortgage, your debt, your gas bill, whatever it is, whatever you're wanting your business to do for you right now, not in 5 years, not at the end of the year, right now. What do you want your business to do for you right now? And I want you to truly, truly dive into that. Are you needing to reach a certain amount of money to leave that job? Are you needing to pay off certain debts? Are you saving for something? What is it? What is that actual number? Like, don't just call out the things. What's the number? And then I want you to break down, obviously if you're only having like a 99-cent template, like you might have to sell like 1 million of those to reach some of your goal. But that will give you an idea.
$1 million.
Maybe your goal is $1 million.
Unlikely.
But that will give you an idea of, okay, if I need, $30,000 to be able to leave my full-time job, and if I'm only offering this kind of product or service, how many people are you going to have to get in front of, market, and convince to sell in order to reach that goal? I guarantee you doing that exercise will help you raise your prices immediately.
If you really work that out, I think some of you are going to get to the point where you're like, that's a lot of sales.
Yeah.
And you're going to be freaking out a little bit. But by doing that, you're going to know. And I would prefer you know instead of going blind to this and think this is just going to magically solve my problem. And so as soon as you know, you can do one of two things. You can either leave it and you can continue as is, and you can check your expectations and know what's going to happen and know that it might take some time. Or B, you can really think about your pricing and think about how to adjust your offer so that your pricing could change.
Yep.
So if you feel like adjusting your price by like double or triple or quadruple is just impossible based on what it is, what do you need to add to the value of your product so that is possible? So that it is something that you could increase the price on. Especially for your product-based business, babes.
Yes.
Like, if you're like, well, I would have to sell literally 2,000 mugs to quit my job, what else could you do in order to get there? And for some of you product-based businesses, it might mean having a service in addition to your product-based business. And I know that's kind of a scary thing when you're so used to running a certain way, like flip-flopping back and forth between the two. But it seriously is going to help you get to your goals faster. And we are more about you getting to your goals than worrying about what it is that you're selling.
Yep. 1 million. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up here. But I really want to encourage you guys, do not get hung up on this last P. Just don't. The price is so freaking irrelevant, it's not even funny. You could literally just pick something out of the air if you wanted. That's all I want you to do this week. I would love for you to know what you're working towards. I would love for you to know if you sell X, then that's when you can reach your goal so you can get some clarity. But at the end of the day, especially for you first-time launching babes, pick a number that feels a little bit comfortable and a little bit scary and slap it on there and then look away. I would rather you spend more time crafting your message around that product, taking beautiful product photos or getting someone to do it for you, making sure the description and the name and the communication and the message about that product is so on point that you could sell it to a literal stranger, because that's what you're going to be doing, than stressing about that price. At the end of the day, if something isn't selling, I really, really, really encourage, I'm going to tie your hands behind your back, kind of hold you back. Don't look at the price. Look at everything else that I just listed, including simple things like the name of it and the location of it on your website and the link that you send people to go to.
And how you talk about it.
I want you to change all of those things before you change the price. Unless you're increasing it, then definitely just increase it. Okay. Okay, so now it's just bonus round now. So if you can stay as we answer some of these questions that we're getting in, great. If you have to go, it was nice hanging out with you today. So I'm going to go back to just our faces so I cannot have some triangle on my face, and we're just going to hang out for bonus Q&A. Okay, Hannah's asking, how can you establish value versus what the market can handle? Is there a magic formula, or is it just researching and comparison?
Okay, so first of all, I hate the word comparison because when you do that, all of a sudden you think that you have to be somewhat like everyone else on the market. And I would prefer you do your research and figure out how you can make your product different.
Yes.
And how you can make your product unique. And how you can differentiate yourself rather than compare and say, well, everyone else is doing X, so that's what I need to do to succeed. Because we want you to stand out instead of blend in. Okay? So, no, there is no magic formula for this. At this point, I'm sure I might come up with a magic formula at some point, because that sounds like something I would do. But it's not going to be magic. It's going to be you going and doing the work and looking around and saying, okay, this is my product. This is other people who sell something kind of similar. This is the price ranges they're selling it at. And this is what I think the market will bear. Like, literal minimum, literal maximum. I don't want you to, like, literally look at, well, everyone's selling it at $97, so I can only sell it at $97. I just want you to know what the market can bear. Okay?
And I want you to also look at, like, the brands that, even if you're selling a mug, if this brand doesn't sell a mug, are they selling similar products? But are they talking to the same people?
Yeah.
Are you wanting to be, like, crunchy, holistic, natural, high-end? What do other businesses like that, what price points are they selling their products at? Are you wanting to target a different crowd? What is that crowd? What price range are they in? And that's more like that vibe and the, like, who the people you're talking to, what price range that they are spending their money in is what I want you to be paying attention to.
I think we have a real temptation to go to the easiest place to find prices, which is Etsy.com or Amazon.com, and just search for the name of our product and say, well, based on this, blah, blah, blah. Both of those sites in general are one of the cheapest on the market. And the people offering more premium products, not always, but tend to have their products either listed on just their website or elsewhere. And so please, do your research there. I'm not saying don't look at those sites. Please do. They have lots of amazing information. But also go to people's individual websites and look at brands that you love and brands that really inspire you to do better.
And if someone is charging such an astronomically cheap price for the same thing that you want to sell, you don't know if that person is even able to pay their bills. You don't know if that person gets a random cha-ching from Etsy like once in a blue moon and they're just like, oh, that's cool, I'll just ship it out. You don't know if there's their full-time business. You don't know if it's their helping feed their kids. I want you to charge based off the things you need and want to accomplish in life, not what anyone else has going on. Okay. Gloria Ann. I have like this one thing that I can launch this week. Do I have to package for my launch? Nope. Or is it okay for me to launch pre-selling, which is the one thing to start on Friday? Yes. And offer complimentary perks for those who purchase limited. Yes. Brilliant ideas.
Let's just focus on the one thing if that's what you want to do. Sorry.
Brittany?
Yeah.
What I want to sell is clothing that is designed to look like characters from different movies or pop culture like Disney, so women can show the characters and fandoms they love. I also think it would be nice to do hair and or makeup for people. Yeah. I saw your post on the day one, I think. I love all of those ideas. Pick the thing that you can launch this week. Can you like pre-book appointments for that unofficial day at Disney Day? I don't know when you said it was happening. Is it coming up soon? Can you create a flyer for that? Some marketing materials around that. What is your like package for that day? You could easily say like, okay, here's the basic one. I'm going to just do like a quick updo for you. Here's makeup and an updo, and here's like something else. You could do a 2 or 3 tiered packaging just for that day alone.
And be careful a little bit with what you're doing in regards to Disney.
Yes.
Disney has a lot of copyright that you just have to be mindful of. And
Yeah.
some things might be worth you purchasing rights to use their trademarks. So feel free to do that if that's something that you think would be beneficial to your business.
Yeah, premium products sell less, make more. So much clarity from that exercise. Awesome, Molly. There's Danielle's goals. I'm getting butterflies in my stomach thinking about all of the possibilities in a good way. Me too.
You can do it, babe.
Alyssa, my ideal clients are college students. I'm worried about charging anything above $10 because college students don't have much money. You know what they do have? A lot of parent money.
Parents. They have parents who have credit cards, and they call them all the time.
And I will say this. Leverage this or use this however you want. It's just a simple fact. Financial smarts, literally, this is a proven over and over again, do not kick in until about 30, even for women.
So they'll spend more money because they're stupid?
Do not use what you assume about your people as a reason to not put it in front of them.
Don't assume pricing. No.
Sell something, anything, or sell something big and scary. Yep. Alyssa, the value you're bringing is the deal. As a college student, I would have found a way to make it happen if it was valuable enough for me. Debbie, can you do a small survey on Instagram or somewhere where you have an audience? Where do you find out how besides continual Google? By doing it?
Yeah, I think it's hard to start, but you just have to get it
This
out
is why
there.
we made this thing in 5 days. Because I don't care if it's polished or pretty or perfect, or you're like, well, I don't know if anyone's going to buy this, and you just hit publish. I don't care. I want you to get your butt off the couch, get your butt off the fence, and do some scary shit with us this week. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like you're not ready. Because spoiler alert, you're not ready. You're absolutely not ready. Who cares? Who cares? You are going to learn so much this week if you do what we're suggesting you to do. If you continue to say, and this goes for all of you, I'm not just yelling at Debbie, but I can yell at Debbie because I know who she is. It's fine. Debbie, do the damn thing. Just put something out there. Literally, what is stopping you? Okay, that's my rant for the day. JK, you guys know I'll be ranting way more. Okay, Mina. Alyssa, I agree with Molly. College students are super resourceful when they're motivated. Fred and Far does a good job with making their site support the mission to sell their rings. It's rings, but it's delivered so well. Yeah, we all need shit, right? BU, don't compare. Yes, Stacy. Do some research. Broke college students. Yep. No magic. If I base my prices on Etsy, I'd sell commission paintings for $50 rather than $600. Get it, girl. Oscar, I'm about to start my digital marketing company with a friend. How does that work out for you working with a friend? So we have a podcast episode about this, and there are resources on our blog. If you just search on our website partnership, you'll be able to find some resources that you can dig into. Mm-hmm. Haley, know your value. Your ideal client will pay even if it's more as long as their value. Yep. Love that complimentary thing idea to attach the pre-sale. Yay. This week I'm going to launch the one product, but should I price it with the idea that I'll be adding more products later? If you don't have the value there now, price it with what the value is now. As soon as you add more stuff to it, increase the price.
You can always change the price. Mm-hmm. These things are flexible. These things continue to change over time, and so don't feel like whatever you do this week is what it has to be forever.
Yes.
Like you get to lock it in for now, and you get to change it as soon as next week.
Exactly. Stacy says, I think I finally might be able to do this without worrying my stuff isn't good enough.
Babe.
Your stuff is amazing and beautiful, and your hair looks really good right now. I did some sewing for a client and then was like, oh, so you do photography as well? And you do my product photography? I accepted, and now he's my biggest fan and pushing me to press my product photography. I wasn't actually sure about that, to be honest. So glad I tried. Awesome. You do not know anything until you just do it, right? There are so many things we've tried in our business where we're like, nope, not doing that again. Hated it. But we learned. We could not have known unless we just tried it. We've sold products, offered services that we're like, nope, never again. Well, we didn't know. We just tried. Okay. You have no idea about my hair right now. You don't know that.
We can see you.
Okay, last question, and then we're going to head out. Alyssa, would you recommend offering your product for free to some people to have them try it and or put good recommendations out there? No.
No.
Nope.
You have value right now.
Yep.
And so you deserve to get paid for that value. That doesn't mean you can't give them a really good deal.
Right.
And
in exchange for things. So this is what we call, what did I call it? Monetary, what did I call it? It's called something.
Yeah.
God, it's slipping me.
She has a term.
It doesn't matter. Tangible? No, frick. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Anyways, it's basically like beta, right? So you're like, okay, I'm gonna bring you into my course, my product, my service at this introductory price in exchange for XYZ. And those XYZs are video testimonials, written testimonials, case studies, like a link to like your before and after everything, like stories upon stories upon stories. That person has to give you so much feedback and so many good testimonials, including video. Everyone right now require people to give you video testimonies because they are the thing of the future. And they have to do all of that like extra work and homework in order to get in on the introductory price. But I want you to limit yourself to a very specific number of people that you're going to allow in your introductory price.
So maybe it's 5 or 10.
Maybe it's 5. Exactly. So there is no like this whole like portfolio building stage like that every business thinks they have to go through it's baloney. I don't know if Facebook's gonna like let me curse on the live, and I've already done it once, so I'm self beeping myself. It's bull beep. Okay, sorry. One more question.
She just can't help
herself. Sorry.
herself.
Jennifer, I don't know where my question went, but I was asking, should my basic package be an email-based design and then add-ons for the package to be a one on additional design advice and if they want me to purchase furniture? Okay. Basic package, email-based design, like interior design.
Yeah.
And then add-ons for that package to be an additional design advice. Okay, so sure, like try it and see how it goes. You will get feedback based off like the conversations you're having with your people of like, this would be helpful, or like, oh, you add on this too. And you can fake that where you're just like, sure, like let's just add that on and it's this much a la carte price or whatever. Like fake it till you make it, right? The different packages that I've seen specifically when I've looked for like e-design packages are like the amount of spaces and the extent at which they will design it. So for example, one person was like literally one wall, like a gallery wall, they'll help you lay that out. Or like this really awkward corner in your living room or something, they'll help you, and that's one price. Or one room where you literally just send them the dimensions and they tell you like kind of how to lay it out. Or like one room where they like have you do like a Skype video tutorial of the room, and then they like literally give you a 3D rendering of what that should look like. And then another package can include like the list of the resources, because typically you might have resources that you could send them to where they might save some money. Affiliate link that up, baby. And so they can feel like they're getting like the all-inclusive package.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of different options for you. I can't look at the
No
questions
more
because I
questions.
can't. Bye, guys.
No more questions. Real quick, I just want to say we had an amazing time. Save this date.
Yeah, go to this link.
And make sure you are coming to our masterclass. We cannot wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast. If you thought this was fun, this is going to be a heyday.
A heyday. Have a great Tuesday. Post your questions on day 2 prompt. We cannot wait to get kicking tomorrow again for more fun stuff. Bye.